Everybody jumping in the video right here. We're gonna get started by putting the crankshaft damper hub back onto the nose of the crankshaft. As you can see here, we got that damper, and got my bottle of Loctite 680, I believe, bearing mate. So we're gonna just put a little bit in here, and it comes out a little fast. So we're gonna spread it around in there. That's to help keep the dampers on the crankshaft if the bearing, if the bolt happened to fail, or also helps keep the hub from spinning. Now we can go put the hub over here, stick it on the nose. We rotate it a little bit to try to spread that bearing mate. Get it spread all over the nose of that crankshaft. Now, because the bolt in the end is such a high torque, going to use a brand new bolt. We'll reuse the washer. Gonna make sure I got the right size socket there on my 1/2 inch ratchet. Gonna come over to my laptop, find the torque spec on the for that bolt. Scroll through here. Torques to 355 foot-pounds. We're gonna put a little bit of engine oil on the threads so that it's a wet torque. I don't have to worry about possibly snapping the bolt off. So, going to run this down, and we'll get it torqued. Alright, now that we have the hub torqued on and everything, we're going to start putting these dual dampers onto that hub. Get this new one out of the box there. I should have some bolts laying around here. There we go. There. I'm going to use the old bolts for these because they're not a high torque. So we're going to come over here and get this put up there on that hub. There we go. Get some bolts started. So this machine ended up getting a full, oh, something's dripping on me. This machine ended up getting a full chassis harness. You can see that wiring loom right there is brand new. So are those hoses. Those go to the ILS suspension. But we got a new chassis harness and a new engine harness. All new suspension hoses there on towards the front. But let's impact down these bolts star pattern just to make sure we're not misaligning it. I want to make sure it's on there even, and then we'll come back and torque them down to spec. Grab our snap-on tech angle. Oh, not sure if I was in frame with that, but going to 30-some foot-pounds actually first, and then we'll go to 50 on the second time around. Just double check, make sure I didn't overdo it on that one. Now we're going to bump it up to, oh, now we can see it. Yeah, it went to 30. Now we're going to bump up to 50. Oh, sorry. 90. 94. I was thinking wrong. I bumped it up to 90. Gonna get it torqued to 94. Then we're going to mark it to show that I've torqued it. Can't figure out what's dripping on me here. Got that one torqued. Put a mark on it. Gonna have an issue with it not wanting to stay still. Yep. Gonna have to get something to hold it. Get my 1/2-inch breaker bar with my 30mm off the ratchet. We're going to put this on the nose of the crankshaft just as leverage. Now, since I'm only going to 94 foot-pounds, I'm not worried about breaking that bolt loose at all. So we're just going to torque it down. Go over here and torque this one. Alright. That should be all of them. Now we're going to start putting a bunch of major components back on, so gonna start a time lapse and some music.
Oh
just wanting to check in here as we go along, as we're getting into this video a little farther. Where we're at now is we've got the new reservoir up top there, that clear-ish looking tank. We got a new reservoir, the air throttle. Y'all saw me assemble on the table. I've already got it installed up there. It's got a rag in it just to keep some dirt out, just in case, you know, we don't want to get dirt in the engine. Right now I'm working on putting the fan drive on there. That last bit of the time lapse, before I came back to check in, I was putting that fan driven on, the lower one of the two. I'm going to be working on getting that fan drive torqued to spec. Got to make sure the camera's recording there. We're going to make sure that fan drive's torqued to spec in there so that we don't have to worry about it vibrating and causing issues. Get all the bolts back there torqued down to what those need to be at. Alright, now we're going to take the outer fan sheave off. And that way I can put the belt into the fan drive. Get the bolts started back in there. Zap it down just to make sure it's not going to come out on me. Zap them all down real quick. Now, I did realize that while I was zapping down these bolts, I did not realize that I overdid it with the gun. So we're going to take the bolts back out, and I'm going to run it down by the torque wrench just to make sure that it is torqued properly, not over torqued. Because if I'm over torqued, I could possibly have an issue where the belt gets stuck in the fan drive and doesn't properly control the fan speed. Now in the last video y'all saw that how I tore the cooling package out. So here we're just kind of jumped ahead in the time, probably a day or two. Got everything, all the cooling package components put back on. I've got coolant in the reservoir. And there it is, there's the startup. Sitting in the cab watching the numbers and stuff, just making sure that the tractor's not throwing any codes, isn't mad at me. I'm gonna climb out. I'm gonna climb out here. Got my flashlight looking for leaks. If I'm making a funny face, because I got the wind off that fan in my face. So far so good, everything looks good. I don't have any weird noises or any leaks coming from anything. Everything looks good. Around to this other side, check it, make sure it's all good. But yeah, everything looks good so far. We're gonna get up in the cab here in a minute and check to make sure the fan speed works like it should. Make sure that's all installed properly. Big thumbs up here. And smile. Everything's looking good. So yeah, the 8370R that caught on fire has been successfully rebuilt. Y'all saw me pull the tires off, so I'm not going to include putting the tires on in this video. Alright, I'm throttling it up, making sure everything sounds good. I'd say mission was successful. If you notice in the video here, if you look at the reservoir, the coolant reservoir, it looks like it's sucked down some coolant, so I added coolant until it stayed within range. On my head, everything looks good. Now add the coolant to it. I saw it was a little low. The funnel there on top of the coolant reservoir is a kit you can get from Harbor Freight. I really like it. Works great for what I need. As it screws onto the top there. Has a couple different caps that it uses, so it fits multiple systems. So works great for what I need. I'll show you guys a view from the inside of the cabinet starting. So there you have it. The 8370R has been put back together, runs, it drove great. So I got all the tires put back on, all the shields put back on, the hood, got it put back on and got it all buttoned up. So this tractor project was definitely a fun one. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, the process here. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.